Solar sun. So solar system is everything around the sun. What means to go around the sun? Since the sun is so big, it has so much gravity, so it's pulling all the planets towards it, but the planets
Louder.
back,
Louder.
and that's what creates an orbit. The sun is a star, even though it looks so big to us because we are so close. If we were sitting next to one of those stars out there, it would look like a little dog. It was born 4.6 billion years ago. That is 46000000000. Sunlight takes 7 minutes to reach our eyes. So even though light travels so fast, it takes 7 minutes for sunlight to reach our eyes. And they look like eyes.
This will take just a second and help you.
I think it goes like that. I just put some food.
Oh boy. Do a dance or something. Keep your audience entertained.
Entertain us well.
Very good.
Why don't you feast your eyes on the third video over there? I'm good.
Do you have a joke, Marlie?
Yeah, something.
Marlie, I'm not good. Marlie, can you hold this? I got a good joke.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
all right, we're
Go
back
back.
in
Go back.
business.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
Sunlight takes 7 minutes to reach our eyes, so even though light travels so fast, it still takes 7 minutes for sunlight to reach our eyes. So next time you look at the sun, you're looking at what it looked like 7 minutes ago. Almost 1 million Earths can fit inside the sun. So if you keep the sun open, you'll be able to take almost 1 million Earths and shove it inside the sun. It is 10,000 degrees. Here it's only like 100 degrees, and on the sun it's 10,000 degrees. It like melts. Oh my god. We're going to talk about the first planet, Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. One day on Mercury was 176 days on Earth. For days when the planets was all the way around like this. Oh, hi, So, the Earth can spin 176 times, and Mercury can only spin out once. It is 700. Oh, it's the second hottest planet. Although it may be the closest planet to the sun, but it is not the hottest. It is 793 degrees on the hot side and negative 280 degrees on the cold side. So since Mercury spins around so slow, this would be like a hot side and a cold side. This would be like the hot side, and then this one is the cold side. Venus is
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
We can pass them around when we get done with the planets. So if you guys want to look, maybe just look at it for a second. You guys can pass them around.
I see. Now I'm going to talk about the second planet, Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. Almost the same size as of Earth. It is the hottest planet. It has no seasons. It is the second brightest light in the night sky. Because what the brightest light in the night sky is? The sun. No!
In the night sky, what's the brightest light in the night sky?
The sun.
In the night sky.
The moon. The moon.
Correct.
Actually, it's sort of like the stars. Like there are stars that show. Venus is named after the Roman goddess of love. Now I'm going to talk about our planet. Earth is 4.5 billion years old. It orbits the sun at 67,000 miles per hour and it spins 1,000 miles per hour. So you may think you're staying still right now, but you're actually orbiting the sun at 67,000 miles per hour and spinning 1,000 miles per hour.
So you guys aren't even sitting still. We're moving around 67,000 miles an hour around the sun right now. And we're spinning around at 1,000 miles an hour. Right now.
I'm going to make one tiny suggestion, if I could.
Wait to the end to pass?
Can we wait to the end because
That's a good idea.
some friends
That'll
are,
distract me.
yeah, and they're.
No problem.
Thank
Go ahead,
you.
Marlie.
Perfect.
The Earth is 93 million miles from the sun. The Earth is the only planet known to have life. The Earth is 70% water, and that means it is 30% land. So all the blue is water, and these tips in the green. What's that like? This is just weird. Now I'm going to talk about Mars. Mars is the second smallest planet. Mars has the tallest mountain in the solar system. Mars has 2 moons. Many people call it the red planet. Some scientists think people may live on Mars one day. It has a north pole and south pole like Earth covered in ice. See? Now I'm going to talk about the first gas giant, Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet. It has the shortest day. It takes only 10 hours for one day. The red spot is a giant storm that has lasted over 150 years and bigger than 3 Earths. So just the storm itself is bigger than 3 Earths. Nobody knows why the star is red. Jupiter has at least 67 moons. So imagine standing on Jupiter and looking in the night sky and seeing 67 moons. So I'm going to talk about my favorite planet, Saturn has 62 moons. Its rings are made mostly of ice. Some of the ice in the rings are as big as mountains. It is the second largest planet. It is really raining on Saturn. Winds go over 1,000 miles per hour. Now I'm going to talk about Uranus. It takes 84 years to orbit the sun. It has the coldest temperature of any other planet. It has 13 rings. All Uranus have rings. It has 27 moons. It orbits on its side. So the rest of the planets orbit like this, but Uranus orbits like this. It's on its side because something like big and powerful banged into it, and that's how it's on its side, and it's still on its side today. So look at the meteor. Then I'm going to talk about my daddy's favorite planet, Neptune. Neptune takes 165 years to orbit the sun. It has 15 moons. Its average temperature is negative 353 degrees. It is named after the Roman god of the sea because it is so blue. We do have another thing in this Pluto. We have another thing in the solar system. It is the dwarf planet. It used to be called a planet, but now it's called a dwarf planet. And I'm gonna go to the place where they first discovered Pluto. And no one saw it to it in Flagstaff.
Wait, how is it not a planet anymore if it was?
Because it was so small.
Oh.
And now we
And the other ones are like bigger than that Pluto? Like the
and
sun?
because it's so small. Well, this is not a planet.
Yeah.
We can talk about this.
Did it overheat?
Yeah. Do you, Marlie, do you want to take a couple questions?
Oh, have any questions?
Does anyone have a question? Marlie's full of information.
Do you know why Saturn, this planet, has the ring around it?
You remember? Why did the rings? How did the rings happen on Saturn? Do you remember?
Yeah, like why are they on it?
Well, yeah, it was like a big icy meteor.
That's right.
Just crashed into it, and then it made
It made a huge explosion when this gigantic icy comet slammed into Saturn before it had its rings, and it made such a huge explosion that all the ice from the explosion went out into space. And since Saturn has a lot of gravity, it pulls all the ice towards it, and they made rings.
Well, I don't. If I saw that planet without the ring, I don't know what it would look like.
I know, me
It
either,
would
right?
be like, we actually got to see what it looked like on television.
Yeah. chordate. It's pretty cool.
When it was just like a little
Oh wait,
bit.
no, I know what it looks like. This is a big circle with all the colors.
Yep. Kind of looks like the other ones now.
Any other questions?
That kind of looks like that little one that's right
Honey?
next. What is that? Jupiter's the biggest planet.
Remember?
Because it has so much mass.
Yeah, well, it formed first. It was the first
yeah.
planet.
And if we didn't, I'm just going to go into a fact about Jupiter. If we didn't have Jupiter, we wouldn't be alive.
Yeah, Jupiter takes lots of asteroids and comets out there, are always flying around. And Jupiter has so much gravity that it kind of saves us because it pulls all the comets and asteroids that could hit the Earth into it. And it's big enough, it doesn't even care. But it's the biggest because it was the first one that formed. So when the solar system was forming a long, long time ago, it pulled in all the first stuff. And so it's the oldest, so it's also now the biggest.
I thought
the sun was the biggest.
No, this is us. These are
star.
planets. And this is a star.
And if you guys see how big these all are, like Earth is tiny, but if you look, since the sun is so big, it can only fit this much on the picture. So the sun would go like way out past that wall. I mean, that's how big the sun is compared to all the planets. It's humongous. Yeah.
Daddy?
What are those white spots on the sun ball?
They're sunspots. They're what are called sunspots. So the sun isn't actually solid. So if you were actually to touch the sun, there's not like, it's not hard like this. It's made out of gas.
Yeah. So your hand would just go like straight
And-
into it and you would know.
And it has big explosions on it sometimes that shoot way out into space and actually reach Earth sometimes. And what it does is it creates these things called sunspots right on the sun.
No. Just like this is a picture of a solar system. And it's just the biggest planet in our sun.
There's
In ours.
There's hundreds of billions and trillions of solar systems out there. So every white, you know those little white dots, all the stars you see in the sky, those are all just like our sun. And those all have planets going around them. And galaxies are big groups of billions of stars.
Oh, not only yeah. Do you guys know what
Those are the only planets in our
Do you guys know
solar
what
system.
our galaxy is called? I like the name
What is the orange on this end?
This?
They're also
Yeah.
sunspots. It's just kind of about what the sun isn't just one color, it's like lots of colors.
These.
That's just another color. The sun's not just one color, it's made up of lots of different kinds of colors. You see like red and orange and yellow.
It's called the Milky Way.
Yeah. How many of you knew that? Our galaxy was called the Milky Way. Okay,
Who ate a Milky Way for Halloween?
I ate a Milky Way.
good.
I did.
Me too.
Okay, who has questions? Think of the question ahead of time.
Why are these like white thingies and the orange ones?
They're all spots. They're all just spots that the sun makes when it has. They're big storms and big things that shoot way out into space, and they leave little
Did you
marks on the
guys blow
sun.
this thing? Did you blow this up, all of them up?
Yep.
Yes.
This one's
Yes.
like 10 minutes.
It took a little while.
If you open it, then it's all gonna fall out.
And do you know what? This is only it has barely any gravity. We can try
She also has questions. Mark.
Will, what was your question?
How come Pluto isn't a planet anymore?
Oh, Catherine asked that, but Marlie had a good answer. Say it again.
Because since all the other planets are big, but Pluto's so tiny, so we call it a dwarf planet. So it's not a planet anymore, but it's sort of is.
So scientists voted about maybe 7 or 8 years ago or so, and they voted on if Pluto should still be called a planet, and most of the votes said it shouldn't be a planet anymore. So now we technically have 8 planets, but Pluto's still out there. It's just too small to be called a planet now.
Yeah.
But we can call it a dwarf planet. Is that okay?
That's its new name.
No, I thought they changed the name of Pluto.
No, it's still called Pluto.
Our name is still Pluto.
See, what's his question?
What does dwarf mean for the planet?
So the word dwarf, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, why is it dwarf?
Dwarf.
Dwarf is because it's sort of like a
Small. It just means it's very small.
Can you spell it? anybody spell it?
Oh,
I
but
gotta think
Skylar.
about that.
Skylar.
Oh, Skylar.
Get the third
D-A-R-F?
No, that's Dwarf.
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 You guys get the third.
Try again, Skylar.
Anybody's
D.
Try
D-R-F?
dwarf.
D
dwarf.
W.
Do you hear the?
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
Oh, I see what I'm doing.
Dwarf.
You know,
Okay. Anyone else have a
D-R-F?
question about the solar system or the planets for Mark?
Well, one thing. Why does it say B?
Okay, but that's not.
That's probably the company that made this.
Yeah, but Catherine, so we're thinking questions for about the planets, solar system.
What is with
Okay, we already got it.
Yeah, they're all just sunspots.
Okay, friends, I am okay with passing these around as long, but we need to be respectful. We gotta be careful.
What
not-
about the sun?
we wouldn't want
Sure,
to.
you can pass it.
We wouldn't want to bang them or puncture them.
Just don't play with
Hold
it too
it,
much,
no,
okay?
hold it for a moment and pass it along.
Especially Saturn just kind of.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about Saturn's rings.
Who can catch?
Me.
Here, let's start here. Hold Saturn like this.
I want to come over.
Over here. Daddy, you're over here.
This one, give me
Be gentle, guys. Guys, be
Okay,
gentle.
you know what? How about this? Instead of tossing, just pass it. I know it's fun to throw it, but we're just, nope. Did you hear my direction? No. Started them out. Yeah, hold it.
Yeah, so just pass them.
Yeah,
without-
just hold
without
and pass
touching them.
for now.
I touched it.
Oh, thanks for letting me.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Margie, I learned so many new things listening to you.
Marlie, was it fun?
Just go and watch you watched all the shows on each one.
I know. You'd like to see like
The sun's already got a little hole in it.
I know. I
Come back to this class.
have an
Be gentle, guys.
You know what? We've got, we asked you not to toss them. I mean, not to throw them. You're just supposed to hand them to somebody. So I'm going to count from 5 and then we're going to be done. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Marlie,
1, 0.
was it great?
Everybody would be
Really? Was it more
Hand the
fun?
planets back to
Mars
Mars.
is red.
Was it more fun doing it at Thanksgiving or in school? Really?
That's Mars, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mars is like the
It's
Well,
similar.
very, very impressive.